Yeah, it's time to start the show. Off the top rope, 4-figure leg lock. Ric Flair with the chest chop. Haters wonder why I never tap out. A young king like DeMarcus. Undertaker with a coffin. Choke slam so often. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Man, the boy keep flossing. Man, the boy keep talking. I'm with David. I'm to say. And I got something to say. And I got something to say.
Wrestling Quick Things coming at you with another episode. David Joseph, joined here by my brothers Sammy Joseph and Gavin Charles. How y'all doing today, man? Y'all ready to talk about some controversial things?
I'm ready, man. I don't know about you.
I'm gonna give it your all?
I was born ready, and I'm gonna give it my all.
Alright, if you haven't heard yet, I'm sure everybody has heard. Many of athletes and entertainers have been helping to raise money for the tragedy that is going on in Houston. Many people have lost their homes, some lost their lives, some are injured, and it's just a big flood. It's like basically the whole city's unfortunately underwater. And Pastor Joel Osteen is in the spotlight for the wrong reasons, because his church is in the Texas area. It has over 17,000 seats, and he's worth over $40 million. And he's one of the most wealthy and influential pastors in the world, especially the ones on TV. So it looks very suspect, the fact that he didn't open his doors to these victims sooner. Now he is after all the backlash. So, Guy, since you're here, I'm going to put you on the spot first. As a God-fearing individual and an up-and-comer, and we're all growing, but an up-and-comer in ministry, you know, what do you believe and what are your opinions on this situation?
First of all, as a man of God, I'm not too fond on Joel Osteen. Mm-hmm. I never really liked him as a minister. To me, he was a prosperity preacher about money, and he's not a genuine type of preacher to me. And the move that he pulled, to me, is the perfect example of why people don't want to come to Christ, and why a lot of people don't like the religion Christianity.
Yes, I agree. Couldn't agree more.
You know, that is a good point, you know, because usually people, the first thing they say, like when you invite them to a church, or when you're trying to put something new on them, the first thing they'll say is, you know, no, because all they want is your money. So usually when people come out and do this, but the whole problem with Joel Osteen, had he, you know, stayed quiet and just closed his doors, it wouldn't have been as bad. What made it look as bad was him coming out and saying, you know, my doors were always open. You know, when clearly it wasn't always open. Now that you're exposed in the limelight, you're trying to flip the page. That's what made everything look like one big ugly mess.
Here's what bothers me, and I get the perspective to some degree. People, you hear them in all types of water cooler conversation. Oh, athletes get paid too much. Entertainers get paid too much. All they're doing is dribbling the ball. All they're doing is hitting this or that. Or all they're doing is making people laugh, etc., etc. And I get the argument for that, but at the same time, we got to somewhat give those entertainers and athletes credit, because they're usually one of the first people to be like, yo, this ain't too big or too unimportant for me to throw some money at. I ain't in nobody's pockets. I ain't worried about anything. I don't care if you rich. I don't care if you white collar, blue collar, poor. I don't care, middle class, upper middle, somewhere in between. But at the same time, it makes the most sense for what you represent, what your lifestyle and career is, for you to open your doors immediately. Not when the pressure's on, not when you kind of got goaded into it. Immediately, you're supposed to almost set the tone. And I think it's a little bit of a shame that these athletes, even though some of it is for branding purposes, but I think these athletes, for the fact that they're doing this, and he wasn't he should be ashamed of himself. And there's 3 guarantees in life: death, taxes, and people complaining about the money athletes make, but yet they contribute almost more than the people are supposed to.
It's true. It's true. That's a good point. But, at the same time, had he, not try to lie, that's what makes everything look more like a
Trying to look pretty.
You're a pastor and you're lying, saying that your door's open.
I don't think it's mainly about the lying. The main problem is the giving. If you're a man of God or a Christian, you're supposed to give. The number one people that's supposed to give in a situation like this is the Christian, is the man of God. It doesn't matter what religion you are, whether you're Muslim, Christianity, Buddhism. Those people are supposed to reach out to the hurt in general, period. It's not even about the lie, oh, now I have my doors
It's just
open.
principle.
That's it. It's morality.
You have first of all, I think every human being has a moral compass that God instilled in us, no matter what religion, where you came from, to guide you in right from wrong. And especially that you're a pastor, your moral compass should be on 100,000 trillion. So you should already know. Again, not to be in his pockets, not to pass judgment, but if it looks like a duck, quacks like a duck, it's a duck. Let's call a spade a spade. It's not the right move for Christianity and Christians.
Yeah,
it doesn't set a good example.
It's very true, but it's just like when you get in trouble as a kid, with your mom, what you did was wrong, but when you go and lie about it, that's when,
that's when they beat you 10 times higher.
That's when everything goes, that's when the path, it really gets rough, because you're trying to lie right directly in the face. So that's why I think, more backlash is going to come his way, and everybody's going to start to have their eyes open just a little bit more.
Alright, if you agree that Joel Osteen made a big mistake by not opening his doors sooner, or if you don't think it was a mistake at all, join the conversation. Like, share, comment, subscribe, whatever you gotta do. Subscribe to us at Wrestling with Things, and like us on Facebook at Wrestling with Things.